Welcome to another episode of Goin With The Flow. I'm your host, Lucas Cellino, and today we have Dispatch Tom with us. Tom, welcome.
Thanks. Appreciate having me here.
Yeah, I have you saved as Dispatch Tom on my phone, and I did that about, 6-7 years ago. And now I use everyone's last name, but I generally don't change my contacts. I still have you as Dispatch Tom.
That's fine.
Yeah, Dispatch is... I think Dispatch, I've always said, they see more about the company than anyone else. You see all the movement, all the jobs, the customer interactions. I really think it's the head of the information center.
Yeah, that's for sure.
So, Tom, why don't you tell us a little bit about your background, maybe even before Cellino, and then kind of just jump right into how you came into Cellino and how long ago it's been, and really what you started doing and where you're at today as far as your job.
Sure. I've been in Cellino now 6 years, just July 10th. Came right out of an IT company. I was there for 9 years. Before that, I was in the rent-to-own management. I was in management since I got out of college. I was a manager at some location, either food service or rent-to-own, and then I got into the IT business. And then I left there, and I was looking for something non-management at the time. It was a long time being on call, being ready for phone calls at any time of the day. I was out taking my daughter to a volleyball tournament in Philadelphia, and I had to pull over on the side of the road for 2 hours to take care of an issue that we were having. At one point, I just said, I just want to find something I want to go to work, do my job, do as best I can, and then go home after that. I still offer to take calls at night if the girls need help at night, but I just wanted to go and do a job and be able to go home and enjoy the life, get a little older. So I just wanted to do a job, do it well, and then enjoy my after work hours.
Yeah, I vividly remember that when you came in saying I didn't want to do management. At the time, I'd say 6 to 10 years ago, I was mid-20s, and I was like, there's no way I'd be doing this. Management when I'm older.
Yeah.
So luckily the company's changed quite a bit, but back then there was a lot more hats and a lot more a lot more moving parts.
Yeah. But I did love the management part of it, you're still managing in dispatch. So to say it is still managing, but it's just it's a fun position. It's never the same every day. You walk in, you don't know what's going to happen that day when you come in. So
it's never the same, but try and bring me through what a normal day looks like.
Well, I try to get in early. I usually like wherever job, I like to be the first one in just to get focused and get ready to go and get the board set up for the day. See who I've got, who I don't have. Look at our call board and see what how much room we have. Look at the important calls that, if there's anything that came in urgent overnight, to get those looked at first, check the notes from the night before, and then just set the board up as best you can, get the people assigned to the right jobs, and then start letting the customer give callbacks to customers, start letting them know that we're going to be out in the morning, get them taken care of, and prioritize, try to get the best guys at the best jobs. But we do set up the board the night before, so they got first calls, and we don't have to wait around, and the guys aren't waiting in the morning to get going. So they can get calls and get going and being at their house, knocking on the door at 8 o'clock in the morning.
So you're working Monday through Friday, and you're in early, then you're leaving usually by like 4-ish. But Yep. We are booking calls until about 9 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
How much changes in that time frame? So if you have it set up and you're looking at it, the night before, and then you come the next morning, how much discretion or difference is there?
It changes a lot. I mean, when in busy times, we'll get a lot, and I'll get a text message from the girl saying, "Hey, this customer really needs they got an emergency. We couldn't get there tonight, so I need to get them. Can we get there first thing in the morning?" And I've already got the first call set up, so I don't lie. I'll jump on at night and take a look at the board, and I'll reach out to the tech or ask the girls to move a job around and call the customer that we already had scheduled for a first call and say, "Hey, I've got an emergency. Can we do you mind if we just move you back a little bit and we get this other one in?" As long as you handle it the right way with the customers, they're usually pretty good about it. But it's just trying to get the priority calls there. Every customer thinks that their job is a priority. Their leaky faucet is just as important to them as the hot water tank that's just leaking all over the floor. We just got to do it our way and get, prioritize the call and get them, the right guy to the right thing in the morning.
Yeah. Are there certain calls that you're looking at saying like this is going to be a tough one to resolve, like a certain job type?
Gas leaks.
Yeah.
I would say gas leaks are probably the hardest one. You don't know if you're gonna go there and the customer's gonna say no, I don't want to do the pressure test, or the guy's gonna be there for a whole day. So you've already got a couple things planned for the guy, and all of a sudden he goes to a gas leak. I always kind of leave that guy alone for a little bit till I see what he's gonna do, if he's gonna sell a pressure test, and then he'll let me know. There's a bunch of leaks, and then it gets to the point where they're quoting a whole house repipe, and then they're gonna say, "Can I stay and start it today?" So I got to plan that out. Then I'm losing that tech for the whole day, which is fine because you know they're good jobs to get. It's just that they can put a wrench in the day early in the day if you get one. I don't like to start one at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I'd like to, if we get a gas leak, to be there first thing because they could turn into a bigger hassle.
Yeah, for sure. One what's a job on there that you love to see on the dispatch board?
Water heaters. Um, uh, Water heaters are great. It's great for the technician. They get it's good for them, good for the company. And the customer needs hot water, so it's helping the customer out as well. Main lines too as well. People getting a backup in their house, you want to get don't want to have that in their home for them. So I mean, those are two I like to see. I do like to see the gas lines. Not good for the customer, but they are good for us. But they need the gas, especially in the wintertime when we get them in. In the summertime, it's critical, but it's not as critical in the winter when they don't have heat. So it's a little different in the winter when National Fuel shuts off their gas and we got to go over there and get it turned back on for them.
Yeah, I lost gas for a little while in the summer, and I started taking cold showers, and ever since I take cold showers now.
Oh, geez.
So I'd say push off those customers in the summer that don't have
Yeah.
gas. Maybe
Yeah.
they'll find the benefit from it.
Yeah. It's not I mean, it is a priority for gas leak, but it isn't. In the summer, it's not as critical as it is a water heater or a main line, sump pump even. We haven't had much rain lately, so it hasn't been a lot of those because we're not getting the rain. But I would say, water heaters are probably right up there. Tankless systems. If they have an older one, get over there and get one of those in there too as well.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of hit on it. The nature of our business is everything's pretty much an emergency, right? We're a same day service company. We have all these techs, all these trucks, and we need all these calls to come in. And we're never going to have, I tell everybody, the hardest part about this business is supply and demand. And you guys see that first and foremost. You're never going to have the right amount of techs for the right amount of calls that come in.
Right. Yeah.
So it's a huge balancing act. And that's where, dispatch is so vital to not only our company, but really anybody in the industry that's doing residential, plumbing, HVAC, electrical.
Yeah. Yeah, my board's never the same as I set it up in the morning. It never stays the same. It's a big Tetris game
Yeah.
the whole day, and I'm always moving calls around. That when the tech will say, "Hey, I had this call on me." I said I had to move it. You were still there. This turned emergency, so it's never stays the same. I've never had one day where how I set it up, it stayed that way ever.
Yeah, I've never heard the analogy Tetris game, but that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
If you've seen our dispatch board and kind of the blocks of
With the
times all the
colors
time,
and
yeah, no,
different colors,
it
and
is
that,
exactly that.
It is a Tetris game, and it's just is this guy going to be able to go do this faucet and then be able to get to this job afterwards? And the customer wants morning, and they got to be out of there by noon, and
Yeah.
so it's a lot of juggling around and getting the customer, because again, like I said, the leaky faucet for the customer, to them, it's their most important thing of their day. Where somebody's gas, water heater's leaking, that is very important, but the customer doesn't see that. They just think that their problem is the biggest problem, and sometimes they don't understand if I have to move them or that. I mean, I try to get to everybody the same day. I don't like rescheduling, but it does happen at times. But I like to get everybody in that day when they called in for service to make them happy.
What do you like most about the job that you do, and what do you least like?
It's different every day. I love that. It's never boring. You're never going to walk in and go, "Oh, it's going to be a boring day in dispatch." It doesn't happen. Just talking to the technicians all the day, all things come up with. The worst part is when it's slow. I'd rather be over busy and have to move customers, do another day if possible. But when you're looking for calls, yesterday was a day that it was the struggle. It turned out not horrible, but it was a long day trying to wait for calls. We didn't, the phones weren't ringing, so it's hard to go. Some guys did go home early. I don't like sending guys home early. Doesn't help us, and the company doesn't help the technician that they're going home early. So that's the worst part of it. Sometimes my hands as far as I would go, but I was going through on holds. I was going through, jobs that had sold and been booked. So I was trying to find them any way I could, but sometimes it's just tough, and that's the hardest part.
Yeah, and you're more on the plumbing side, right? And that HVAC, the HVAC, I tell everybody, at least it's predictable, right? We know that February, March, April, we're just not going to have a high call count, so we should
Right.
be able to plan. Plumbing, I mean, I don't know the last time that we didn't have enough calls for techs before, last couple days, right?
Yeah,
Last
it's
2 days
just
was a little light.
yesterday was probably the slowest, and it still kept them busy most of the day, but it wasn't a normal day.
Probably the slowest in what, 6 months,
Yeah,
maybe?
exactly. That's what I was saying yesterday. It hadn't happened in a long time, and today's already a lot, much better
Yeah.
than it was yesterday. So it was weird to be that way, but that's the toughest days is by far. Like I said, I'd rather be overly busy and have too many calls, and then that we can work out, and then we can make that makes the next day busier too as well. And customers are usually pretty good about. They understand if we do it the right way, and keep them updated as well. They understand for the most part. Some took the day off from work, so sometimes a little frustrating. So I got to do what I can to juggle things around again on the Tetris board and get them out there. So
Yeah. No, that's I would say if I was a tech though, and I was busy for 6 months, and there's one slow day in the summer, I get out of work at noon. I would think some would at least appreciate that, right?
I
Or
would say
maybe
most of them. I would say most of them do. Some of them want the work, but yeah, there was guys a couple guys that said, oh, we're not that busy. I go, I can get this
Yeah.
one done and go home. I said, yeah, that'll be fine. And they do like that. It's just like we have been busy this summer, and it's been hot. So
Yeah.
and they do a lot of work outside too as well. So yeah, they don't mind.
No, I appreciate your mindset going into it, but I also put back on my tech mindset where I'm like, poof, I remember those days where it was
Yeah.
like finally a slow day.
I don't like to do that because I don't want to see you coming in and go and say, why don't you just go home early? And
Yeah.
but yeah, they do enjoy that at times. But if they got something going on, but I'd rather keep them busy.
Yeah, dealing with I'd say that generally I'm pretty easygoing. Dispatch and some of the management is where I'm a little more, hey, why is this not like this? Where's this going? So you probably get the grunt of me at least.
Oh, it's to be expected. It's like, I mean, if we're the ones getting them out there to get them and get the right guys right there, and get the revenue in. That's what we're there for, is to help the people out and make the company grow. So
Yeah, it's one thing I've always said that I don't do good enough. I should be more involved with dispatch. Again, every dispatch sees everything. You really get the good feel of the company. I always think that I should be dedicating more time to be in there. Problem is, as especially over the last like 3 or 4 years, different systems, like I sometimes don't know the process, and I'll screw things up and get yelled at, and it's like, all right,
we've seen that.
yeah, I'm aware.
Yeah,
aware.
we've seen that. Sometimes we like, Luke booked this one, but
Yeah, you guys aren't shy about it.
we fix it.
Yeah, nope. Yep. Thank God for dispatch. No, there's some job. There was a job yesterday that I seen on there. Like I'd love to, just like you, I'm on the dispatch board every night. It's the main thing I pull up on my phone, and
I do it on my phone. I do it at home. On my office at home. I'll be on 11 o'clock. I'll jump on it, but I get the text messages to my phone when a job, when
Yeah.
a AI call comes in, and I look to see what it is, to see where I can put it in, or the girls text me, before 9 to say, hey, this is going on, or text call me at 10, 11 o'clock if they're out late or something like that too, or ask me about the next day. So I love it. I'm used to doing that, and I love it. I always tell them, don't worry about what time it is. If you need something, just let me know.
as long as it's not during a Bills game, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, I could ignore them if it's there. I might put it on silent during a Bills game. But
Yeah. Yeah, no, you're definitely a big Bills fan. That's one thing that we certainly look for when we hire and
yes,
retain.
I am.
We did just get a Commanders fan, new guy, Tyree.
Yeah, Tyree. Yeah.
No, he's a Ravens fan.
It's Raven. That's
Yeah,
even worse.
That's gonna be brutal. Yeah, that's
yeah,
gonna
that's
be brutal.
even worse. We'll change them.
Yeah, you
I'll
don't
work on
want.
it.
Yeah, no, you don't want to be dealing with dispatch and they're Bills fans. You're a Ravens fan.
No. It's no, very big Bills fan. Looking forward to this season too. So
Yeah, no, as we all are for sure. Clearly got the
I wore
Shakir
mine
shirt
yesterday. I had mine on
on. I
yet.
seen that. That was great. So company me, and we got a bunch of these shirts.
Yeah.
So, it's summer. Let's do something different. We'll hand them out. And
Yeah, that's
I came in
cool.
yesterday, and about half the people in the office are wearing it. So it's
Yeah.
and I bet you the other half. I think they put them on right after
They
the
were
game
on
out.
their way home. There were people who had them on when they got back to the office after the meeting. So
Yeah, so it's
cool.
nice. Yeah, it's nice to see those get appreciated.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they are. That's awesome.
The last thing, you've seen The Office, Cat, now, right? I'm
Yes.
telling the story of the Scrappy. So there's another thing that like it's the small things at work that really, make me kind of smile and make me proud to be there. But um, I don't know. I've seen it. So me and Bear were outside near scrap maybe a couple days ago, and we seen something under the dumpster. I didn't know what it was. I'm like, oh, that's raccoon, but he was all into it, and Bear loves cats.
Yeah.
But we didn't notice at the time. So I came in yesterday, and there's a cat in the office with definitely had some lacerations in the
Yeah.
neck, and it
Yeah.
didn't look in good shape. Little kitten, but there's like a whole team effort to try and rescue this cat that was underneath the scrap bin. And then we had Adam, our purchasing manager's wife's bringing in cat beds, and somebody else brought in food, and I
Yep.
think Steve went back, had some different cat toys. So it's nice to see like everybody kind of coming together to
Oh yeah,
help this
that's one
cat.
thing that I liked when I came to Cellino is it was the family atmosphere of it. I went to high school with Tony.
You
And
guys
we
wrestled
we
together.
graduated the same year, so I kind of knew of Tony. I didn't know anything about the plumbing business when I came on. I did a lot of googling and learning names of things and what things do. But after when I talked to Suzanne and I came in, to meet at the office and for the interviews and stuff like that, it was like it was very comfortable. It was like I liked the family-owned business. I didn't want to be in any kind of bigger corporate thing again. I wanted to, get into a family business, and it's been great.
Are you afraid that we're going to go too corporate? I mean, we're growing pretty quick. Are you afraid that it's turning more and more corporate?
No, I don't think so. I think it's just I still with the whole family that works there with Troy, Trevor, you, and Tony. I'm still there. It's just I think it'll always be that way. I mean, we want to grow as big as that we can get. That's fine. It's just not like the big corporate world. I don't think it would be. But the good hometown family plumbing company, I think it's just awesome.
Yeah, and I've always made a point where it's a lot of our competitors that are our size have switched to private equity and are run through the banks that run them. Um, I enjoy going to work. I think it's fun. I like being there, and I like it as it is, where we don't have to report to somebody that's just looking to get a profit. So
Yeah,
I'm hoping that we could keep it that way. So far, it seems like we're doing just fine. I
yeah,
was certainly concerned with all the money they reinvest in these companies, but what I quickly realized, and I think I've known it the whole time, is they can't get the same people that we got. We got really good techs. We got really good CSSs, dispatchers, all the way around, and just that team atmosphere of everybody, is willing to pitch in.
yeah.
I don't know if these other companies can get that.
I don't know. It doesn't. I mean, it is. It's everybody gets along well. Everybody's got the goal in mind that they want to do well. I mean, from the apprentices all the way up, everybody's working hard. I mean, the hiring that we get, the people it's been awesome. You know, there's some come through and they haven't stayed, and there's a reason why. But the ones that have stuck around and everything, they did a great job finding them. Their values, our values already. They see them already. So it's just it's awesome how the people are. The plumbing techs are awesome. Their knowledge and hardworking that they are. It's just awesome. It's just like to find a few more like that, but I know it's not easy at this point. Um,
By a few more, how many more plumbers do you think we would need to be able to get to most of our calls?
um, if it like it has been in the last couple months, I mean a couple maybe 2 3 more would be nice. Especially, I mean we pushed out Niagara Falls. We're pushing out a lot farther to the lakes, down to the southern tier. And that is time consuming. So to have to pull a tech to drive 45 minutes or whatever it does take, and if we can get some more calls down that way and plan to have that extra technician or something like that would be very helpful. So yeah, I mean more Batavia. I think there's more opportunities out that way. I just went up to Canada this past weekend for a Blue Jays game, and we were driving up the 190 on the up in Niagara Falls, and I saw the billboard, and I was surprised to see it up there because I know we hadn't been really up in Niagara Falls, so it was good to see that up there too. Hopefully that'll draw some people in.
Yeah, we've had it for a little while. It's just probably not the right move. We probably should have more out there.
Yeah,
Don't just throw a billboard. But to me, it's like let's get the brand out there. Let's start. Kind of throwing our flag up that will work there. And
yeah,
when we're ready, certainly push more. But
yeah.
so Tom, we're pretty much done here. Before I end it though, is there anything that I didn't hit on that you want to mention, or any questions you might have for me, or thoughts?
No, I'm just looking. I know there's been the talk about what we're going to do with the location, at Bullis, getting that land, the houses next to us, what kind of plans we have, for the building or whatever. Because it's getting a little tight,
It
obviously.
is super tight.
It'll be, just excited to see what's in the future there.
Yeah, no, certainly. And, me too. We spend a ton of time trying to come up with something at this point. It's just, we have a good chunk of land. Building is crazy expensive nowadays. So it's, and quite frankly, like to take up part of our lot right now to put up a new building would just be difficult. There's trucks all over, tons of logistics. It's, it's like Tetris all over again, just with the land there.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, we definitely need space. So we'll certainly have improvements coming soon. And, not only are we crammed in that office, but just outside and in our storage is, we keep doing higher and higher racking. But
Tony doesn't like to get rid of anything, I guess.
Yeah. My father's kind of known for that. Yeah. That's something, it's been a lifelong battle of mine.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, Tom, well, thanks again for joining. It was great having this conversation.
Thanks.
We talk most days, but to formally sit down and pull it away from the office is a lot nicer.
Yeah, I got to get back.
I'm sure. Yeah, and you canceled before because it was too busy.
Yeah,
so.
It was. It was very busy that day. So
I'm sure you're stressing out.
Yeah. I was looking at it. I was sitting in the parking lot here. I was looking at my phone to see what the board looked like.
Yeah, no, and Cellino Plumbing certainly appreciates having you there. I know there was a couple days that you weren't in recently, and they're losing their mind without Tom. So, thank you again for everything you do, and we're glad to have you.
Thanks, appreciate it. I love it here.
All right, Tom, do you mind if we do a new segment presented by Trainer X Sports?
Sure.
All right, the segment is Sully yes or Sully no. Sully yes, would you want to do this? Something that you'd partake in, or Sully no, not for me. Don't like it.
All right.
First one, tailgating for the Bills games.
So yes, I love the tailgate. Then I would go home after that and watch the game on TV because I'd rather be at home watching it on my TV and using my free parking and in the bathrooms.
For sure. Yeah, no, I like going to the games for obviously the atmosphere. I do like seeing the full field, but man, at home's getting easier and easier to watch, especially I don't go to too many November, December games at this point.
I like having the Bills game on my big TV screen, and I have a red zone on the smaller TV, so I'm watching both TVs the whole time during the day.
Yeah, you got the setup right.
Yeah, I watch football from 9 o'clock in the morning when the shows start till the last second of the Monday night game or Sunday night game.
For sure. And you're also the commissioner of our fantasy league.
Yeah.
Company fantasy league.
Looking forward to that. Won it the first year, didn't do so well the second year, but coming back this year.
Yeah, I'm always convinced I'm the best GM, but it never turns out that way.
I had to be Juan's GM too because he never did it before, so I was helping two teams.
All right, Sully yes, Sully no. Food Truck Tuesdays.
Oh yeah, so yes, for sure. We like going out and seeing the city and doing trying the food trucks and just doing whatever we can in the summertime and jam as much stuff in the whole 8 weeks we have of our summer here in Buffalo.
Yeah, I'm convinced Larkinville is one of the best parts of the city. The Zemskis do a great job of taking care of that whole area and keeping it clean. And they've had that Food Truck Tuesday now for years.
It's come a long way over there.
Yeah, for sure. Dingus Day, Sully yes, Sully no.
I'm Polish, but I don't really celebrate it. I think I've been to one Dingus Day party maybe a long time ago, but I don't usually go. Monday's a work day, so I'm usually going to work next morning and don't want to go out that night.
So we got a big Sully no there, huh?
Yeah, probably a no on that. But I do like it because I am Polish, but and I've never really celebrated it though.
Taste of Buffalo.
I'd say Sully no. I've never gone to it. Don't know why. We're so busy in the summertime that sometimes we just got so much other stuff planned that I've never gotten to one.
Yeah, I'm with you too, and which is weird, right? We both like Food Truck Tuesdays, but Taste of Buffalo has never been.
I've never been to it, and I'm not a big crowd person either. So as far as that goes, so that's probably one reason too.
Sponge candy.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
I love sponge candy. Every time we go out of town or somebody new comes in, it's one of the first things that we get for them to try when we come. And I actually made it with my wife's grandfather. We used to make it in his kitchen. It was a pretty crazy process, but we used to make it. So big sponge candy person.
Loganberry.
Yes, definitely yes. Love Loganberry. One of my favorite drinks if I go out. That's usually what I'll get. So yeah, definitely a yes on that.
I don't drink a lot of Loganberry. The one time I always get it is Mighty Taco. No idea
Yeah.
why, but if
Oh
I'm getting
yeah,
Mighty Taco, I'm getting a
I
Loganberry.
always get Loganberry there. Yeah, yeah.
Salt your walkway the night before a storm.
Probably no. Probably do it in the morning of. Um, maybe sometime, but probably no. It was mostly the day of.
Gotta try it, Tom. Gotta try
Yeah,
it.
with the amount of snow we get, it sometimes doesn't matter how much salt you put down at night, because then you wake up in the morning, there's 3 feet of snow out there, so it really didn't matter.
Yeah, no, the snow's not there. As long as you don't get that ice base.
Yeah.
To me, it's more how cold is it. But yeah, that once that ice base hits, it's rough.
Yeah.
Last one. Do you find sell yes, sell no, lake effect snow days are fun?
Yes, I love the snow. I don't like it affecting work, but we are capable of working from home now, so I do love the snowstorms. I love weather in general. Everybody always asks me like, what's the weather? My wife like the weather. My kids, our friends like, what's the weather gonna be, Tom, today? They think I'm AccuWeather or something. So I enjoy looking into it and seeing what the storms look like are coming. So I'm big into. I love watching the videos of the storm coming in off the lake when they show the clouds. You can see it from the city, and it's sunshine in Buffalo, and you can see in the south town there's that big black cloud over where they're getting 7 feet of snow. So yeah, I love blizzards and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, I number one searched item on my phone is definitely Service Titan, our dispatch software we were talking about earlier. Number two is the Doppler. It just weather affects our work so much that it's you really gotta know what's going on to be somewhat prepared, or at least in the right mindset.
Yep, for sure.
Great. Well, thanks, Tom, for sell yes, sell no.
All right. Well, thank you.